to listen. The man is just about to say it.
Yeah, let's everybody listen.
Long before Leave It to Beaver, The Honeymooners, and Father Knows Best, network radio cooked up situation comedies. Shows with the same cast of characters and the same predictable gags. Amos and Andy began in Chicago in the 20s and went network before the decade ended. And during those Depression years, the whole country was crazy about them. Supposedly, more cars were stolen between 7 and 7:15 because everyone but the car thieves was listening to Amos and Andy. One night, Kingfish cleaned up the lodge of the Mystic Knights of the Sea and found a big box of lost eyeglasses that just burned a hole in his pocket.
Well, Andy, I didn't tell you before. In fact, I didn't tell nobody, but I've been taking a night correspondence school course in optometrist.
Yeah, Jonah?
Oh, I granulated yesterday. And I'm happy to announce that I am now a full-fledged obstetrician. That's what I am.
Yeah. Well, I guess I ought to see somebody about my eyes, all right.
Yeah, oh, I have flooded up to my neck with appointments, Andy, but you are such a dear friend of mine, I might be able to squeeze you in about 4:30 this afternoon.
I could be here at 4 o'clock.
Well, I got an operation at 3:30, but I could hurry it up.
No, Kingfish. I wouldn't want you to hurry up no operation.
Oh, it ain't nothing reporting. I just taking a Cadillac off a man's eye, that's all. I tell you what, sit down, Andy. We'll start the examination right now.
Okay.
Now, Andy, I got a large chart on the wall there. Now, put your hand over one eye now. What's that letter at the top of the chart?
That's an E.
Now, take your hand down and cover up the other eye. What you see?
The E?
Still see it, huh?
Yeah.
Now, cover up both eyes.
Right.
What you see?
I can't see nothing.
That's what I'm afraid of. You have got a stigma vision of the optical organs there. Now for the next test. Take this newspaper here. All right, now put it right up to your face.
Okay.
Closer. Have the newspaper touch the end of your nose. That's it. Now tell me, do the print look blurred?
Yeah.
Is it blurred clear or blurred?
Blurred.
You got it doubled. I know that. Take this your hand mirror and hold it up in front of your face so that you can look in the hand mirror and kind of look back over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Now, can you read the chart?
Well, the whole thing looked backward.
Oh, the print looks backwards to you, huh?
Yeah.
One thing I've been afraid of.
What do it mean?
Your eyeballs is in the wrong socket.
I really messed up, ain't I?
Yeah, now, just one of the mysteries of optometrists, though. Well, now, let me look at my stock of glasses here. Yeah, look at that glass in there. At least a quarter of an inch thick. Look at that. Hey, here, slip them on.
Okay.
All right, now look over to the wall there. Can you see the chart all right?
I can't even see the wall. I can't see nothing, Kingfish.
Yeah, well, now, put on the other pair right over the ones you got on. Now what you see?
I still see nothing.
Well, there's nothing that you see any clearer than with the second pair.
Well, a little, not much.
Good. Now, leave those two pair on, and we'll put the third pair right over those two.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
With eyes as bad as yours, you ought to have a bigger nose.
Wait a minute, that's okay. They'll stay there.
Is that pair any better?
No, there's worse. I can't even see the other two pair with these. Anyway, tell me this. Why has I got to have 3 pair of eyeglasses?
Oh, that to give you the triple bifocal. That would have give you.
Triple bifocal?
Yeah, one focal is for looking at flowers, one focal is for looking at landscapes, and the other one's for looking at people and traffic lights and things like that.
Yeah, but what if I want to look at everything at one time?
Then you just take off your glasses.
Yeah, well, look here. I like this pair here with the thick glass, only I can't see nothing with them.
Oh, you'll get used to that, Andy. You'll get used to that.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll only need them anyway till after I pass my driver's test.
Oh, yeah, you get in a bargain, Andy. Wear them for 3-4 months, and then if you don't like them, carry them around in your pocket. You look good there with them in there.
Okay, here's the money.
Yeah, now keep them on and get used to them. That's very important. Don't take them off for nothing.
Yeah, I'll keep them on from now on. I'll try to get used to these thick glasses.
Yeah, look good on you, too, Andy.
Well, I'll get going.
All right.
Where's the door, Kingfish?
A little more to the right, and a little more. Now straight ahead.
Thanks.
Oh, not at all. Well, now let me see here. Who's my next patient?
Hey, Kingfish, who went and built this step in front of the door here?
Andy, what is you doing up on that chair there?
As the years went by, other actors eventually joined the original cast of two, and the sitcom formula was here to stay. Another early entry came out of the Midwest. The ongoing chatter of Victor Gook, his wife Sade, and their son Rush. Paul Reimer's famous show, Vic and Sade, had a large cast of local folks from Cooper, Illinois, none of whom ever appeared. Among them was Vic's brother-in-law, Walter.
Hello there, Sade. How are you? By George, you looking fine?
Know what I wish you'd do?
Go over there and give you a hug?
I wish you'd write to Walter.
Oh,
How long's it been since you dropped him a line?
I don't know.
Been years and years, ain't it?
Guess so.
Ain't you kind of ashamed?
Uh-uh.
Ought to be.
How long has it been since Walter dropped me a line?
Well, that's different.
Why?
Walter's not a letter-writing fella.
I am, huh?
Sure. Sit down there in your office and rip off letters to people all day long. Why don't you do it right now, Vic?
Write a letter to Walter? Oh,
Sure. You're just sitting there idle.
I'm playing Remy.
You just finished your game. Go ahead. Rush, hand your father your pencil tablet.
Okay. I'll dash him off a note tomorrow.
Like fun. You'd never even think of it.
Well, I got nothing to say to Walter.
He's your brother-in-law.
I ought to exchange sweet confidence with him on that account, huh?
Well, what I'd like to have you do is scribble your note off on that cheap tablet paper, and then in the morning take it down to the office and have the girl typewrite it nice.
What's the idea?
It'd please Bess.
I thought it was Walter I'm supposed to write to.
Well, Walter and Bess. See, they're good and proud of their monstrous big important brother-in-law with his marvelous position. I bet they'd show your letter to everybody in Carberry if it was written on a machine by a regular stenographer with her initials at the bottom and all. Will you do it?
I suppose.
It hit me this afternoon you ought to drop a line to Walter. Bess and I hear from each other almost every week, and it don't look right for you two men to let whole years go past without his... What's the matter?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing?
Get away from here, Rush. How can a man write a letter to his brother-in-law with a hyena like you breathing down his neck?
What's he writing there? Read me what he's got wrote down there.
Go away from here, Dishwater.
Rush, you hear what I said?
Dear Walter, how's your kneecap? Does it hurt much? My kneecap jumped out of place last Tuesday at 4 o'clock while I was swimming in the creek. Sadie has been put in jail. Rush was married early this morning. What time is it? You make me sick. If I had ears like...
You made every word of that up, Dave.
I did not.
You did, too.
That don't strike me so comical, Vic.
Well, I don't know what to say to the guy, kiddo.
Poor Walter's a guy now, huh?
We got nothing in common.
Just married sisters is all. Got that much in common.
It won't be news to Walter if I write and tell him we married sisters. Dear Walter, you and I married sisters. I married Sister Sadie, and you married Sister Bessie. It's great stuff, eh, Walter, being married to sisters?
You don't seem to have much trouble thinking up silliness. Put half of that energy into fixing up a decent letter, and you'd get through in 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll make a stab at it.
Instead of standing there grinning like a Chessy cat, Rush, you might write a little note.
Uncle Walter,
Sure. You were included in the invitation.
I just as soon drop my line. I'll say, Dear Uncle Walter, how's your kneecap? Day before yesterday, I saw a horse fall down. He got up almost immediately, feeling none the wiser. Our garbage man don't wear socks. He claims
You're a funny man, too, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
This low-key comedy had a big audience in the 30s. The just plain folks atmosphere, where nothing important ever happened, was just what we needed in those years. In the fall of 1944, the screen door on the porch slammed for the last time, and Vic and Sade were heard no more. except perhaps as echoes in the Fibber, McGee, and Molly sitcom. The McGees started out on a Chicago station as the Smackouts. Jim Jordan played a small-town grocer who was always smack out of whatever his customers wanted. As the McGees, they were heard on the NBC Blue Network by 1935 and the Red Network 4 years later. In real life, Marion and Jim Jordan were childhood sweethearts from Peoria. And even in their heyday, Tuesday nights at 9:30, they never really left their old hometown in spirit.
Hey, remember when we were kids in Peoria and I built that big hollow snowman with a tunnel under it and I'd crawl into it at night and talk to people when they walked past? Remember that?
Yeah. It was one of those nights that old man McNally went on the water wagon.
Yeah.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah. It was till my school teacher went past with a new boyfriend. She says, "Oh, look at the cute snowman." And I tipped the snowman silk hat and says, "You're cute too, kiddo, but who's your friend with the jazz bow tie and the bell-bottom face?"
Oh, dear.
Well, her boyfriend started kicking the bajunior out of the snowman, and I quick ducked out of the tunnel, ran around the block, and come up behind him weeping because they ruined my snowman, and she made him give me $1 to stop bawling. I cried myself into $22 that night.
We went on some beautiful sleigh rides in Peoria, too.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the first time you ever kissed me was the night you rented the cutter from the livery stable.
Well, I had to kiss you, Tootsie. Had too much invested to waste the evening. Besides, holding hands is all right in the summertime, but when it comes mitten weather, a man has to establish better contacts.
I'll bet tonight would be a beautiful night for a sleigh ride, McGee.
I know where I can get a sleigh. Farmer friend of mine out on Route 62, Mel Hess. His name is Mel of a Hess, but they call him Mel for short. He'll rent us a sleigh. Well, I'll call old Mel then, huh?
What's his number, dearie?
I don't know. I got it wrote down in a little book here somewhere. Oh, I know. It's right here in the hall closet.
I hate sleigh
No,
rides,
it won't take
McGee.
a minute. I
The most enduring and endearing sound effect of all time. The McGees continued on NBC as one of radio's most beloved situation comedies until 1953, and then made guest appearances on Monitor, NBC's pioneering magazine show, till the end of the decade. George Burns and Gracie Allen didn't appear on radio as a married couple till 1942. Before that, they'd carried on the vaudeville tradition of stand-up comedy. In 42, the show took on the sitcom format. When Gracie, the true star of the show, wasn't trying to get a date for bandleader Meredith Wilson, or gossiping with announcer Bill Goodwin, or consoling the melancholy mailman, she was doing a little fundraising at George's expense.
And now, Virginia, I'm going to show you the most important thing of all. How to get money from your husband.
But, Mrs. Burns, don't husbands give their wives money without being asked?
You're cute. Now, Virginia, let's say that I want $25 for a new hat, which I do. There's one method that never fails. Flattery. Every man loves to be flattered. Just watch this.
Oh, it's you again. What's wrong with you today? You're acting sort of crazy.
Oh, yes, and it's all your fault. You drive women crazy. Crazy with love. You heartbreaker, you.
Well, here we go again.
What woman can call her soul her own after she's looked into your soft beige eyes?
Gracie.
It's like looking into 2 pools of nylon.
Look, Gracie.
Oh, you're so incredibly handsome, George. Oh, if I were only a sculptor. Let the others make statues of Apollo and Mercury and Hercules. You're the man I want to chisel.
Look, Gracie.
Oh, George. Why did Mother Nature have to blow her top on you?
I don't know.
Let's face it, dear. I didn't marry just an ordinary mate.
Believe me, we're in the same boat.
Oh, the strange and tender things that remind me of you. The sight of your tousled hair in the morning, your strong white feet at eventide, your girdle hanging on the line.
Yes, tender, yes.
The kindness that shines from your eyes. The warm, generous smile that lights your face when I ask you for $25.
Gracie.
The blur of your hand as it leaps to your billfold. The sudden whoosh of air rushing in as you open it. The soft crinkle of 2 10s and a 5 as you press them into my palm.
Those are the things you like about me.
Yes.
The blur of my hand as I whip out my billfold. Like this.
That's it.
The whoosh of air as I open it. Like this.
Oh, I love that.
The crinkle of 2 10s and a 5. Like these.
Oh, yes, dear. These little things remind me of you.
I'm going to give you another tender little memory to tuck away in your heart.
What, dear?
The merry sound of my laughter as I shove it all back in my pocket.
Oh, but George...
I'm ashamed of you. Downright ashamed. You say you love me. And yet you deliberately flatter me and lie to me to get money.
I'm ashamed of myself, George. It was a low, sneaky thing to do.
You shouldn't lower yourself for such measly amount of money. $25.
You're right, dear. I'll go out and come back again and try for 50.
Oh, what?
When television arrived in the 50s, the Byrnes made a smooth transition to the new medium. And the sitcom continued in a living room set until illness forced our darling Gracie's retirement.
Ladies and gentlemen, Easy Aces.
Goodman Ace started out with a little radio show out in Kansas City. And one night around 1929, when the next little show on the schedule failed to show up, Mr. Ace and his wife Jane ad-libbed live on the air for 15 minutes. They were a riot. The Chicago CBS affiliate hired them, and Easy Aces remained a network fixture for the next 15 years, moving to New York in the mid-30s. Mr. Ace was low-key and sarcastic. Jane Ace was a natural comedian, an absolute master of the wrong word at the right time. In 1948, Easy Aces went off the air to reappear as Mr. Ace and Jane of Manhattan.
First, I want to say that the characters in this story are not fictitious. Very often, I wish to heaven they were, especially Jane's brother, Paul. Although Paul is allergic to work and is the laziest guy I know, I must admit he is obnoxious. Paul never shows it, but I know he hates me.
I never show it, but I hate him.
He can't stand the sight of me.
I can't stand the sight of him.
Behind my back, he calls me names.
Communist.
12 years ago, Paul was in a little automobile accident. He's been collecting $10 a month on a little insurance policy. But if he ever goes to work, they'll stop paying him that big $10 annuity, so he can't work. The guy was lucky enough to have escaped out of the accident alive, and now he wants to be paid for it. That's robbing St. Peter to pay Paul. The one I really feel sorry for is Paul's wife, Arlene. She's been married 10 years and has always been destitute.
I've been married 10 years and have always been destitute.
She never has any new clothes.
I never have any new clothes.
She's too old to go to work.
I never have any new clothes.
How do they live? Well, you've heard of people who live by their wits. Paul lives by his wits. Of course, with him, that's only half living. The other half Jane takes care of. Jane and I are the typical average married couple living in a typical little eastern town of New York City. Population 7 million. Give or take one. And if you're going to take one, take my brother-in-law. Or for that matter, take Jane. When Jane makes up her mind to do something for Paul, she does it.
When I make up my mind to do something for Paul, I do it.
She's completely uninhibited.
I'm completely uninhabited.
And her arguments are unequivocally irrefutable.
Yes.
I should have suspected something the day we got married 15 years ago. The day Paul asked if he could come along on our honeymoon. And I said, no. And Jane said, oh, let him come along, dear. He's never been on a honeymoon. And I should have suspected something the other night after dinner when Jane and I were sitting around the living room, and Jane gave me that guess who routine. It went something like this.
Well, dear, guess who called me up today?
Rochelle Hudson.
No,
I give up.
my brother Paul.
Oh? How much did he want this time?
Oh, he's fine.
No, I say...
Arlene's fine, too.
Yes, I say how
you
much...
know that next week they will have been married 10 years? My, how time flies.
Yeah.
It seems like only a year ago they were married only 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when he told me 10 years, you could have knocked me down with a fender. I said, Paul, you mean to say that you've been... Now, just a minute, dear. What did you mean, how much did he want? Who said anything about money?
Oh, then he didn't want any money.
Who said he didn't?
Well, which is it?
$200.
Jane, I'm not going to give it to him. Why doesn't the guy go to work?
Oh, now, dear, you know there are many reasons.
I'd like to hear them.
Well, the third reason is because...
Wait just a minute. What happened to Win and Place?
Beg pardon?
What are the first two reasons?
Well, first, because he was sick last year.
Oh, sure.
No, he was just about to get a job when he got intentional flu.
I knew you'd finally come up with the right word.
Well, the flu isn't to be sneezed at.
What's another good reason?
Well, like Paul says, what's the dollar worth today? Practically nothing.
Oh, he's not going to work until the dollar gets back to what it should be worth.
Yes, 57 cents.
Of course, naturally.
You remember how we used to be able to get meat and butter practically au gratin?
Au gratin?
Free.
Free, naturally.
Well, Paul says if you'll lend him $200, he'll be forever indebted to you.
Forever is what I'm afraid of.
He needs it for something very important. He didn't want to tell me in front of Arlene, but he'll tell you when he comes to see you at 9:30 tomorrow at your office.
Jane, I haven't got $200 to throw away.
What's not throwing it away? Are you insinuating that my brother isn't going to pay you back?
Oh, no, of course not. He's as good as gone. Gold.
Why, he's as good as the Bank of England.
That's what I mean.
Brother Paul never did get a job, and Mr. Ace was out at least $200.
And now the Jell-O family presents...
Henry Aldrich.
Coming, Mother.
When we heard that call, we knew trouble was on the way, and we were never disappointed. Henry Aldrich, like Andy Hardy, was a good kid, respectful to his parents and polite to girls, but possessed by a feverish brain. His wish to be helpful always got him into the worst kind of trouble, every season from 1939 to 1953. Ezra Stone created the role and stayed with it far beyond his teenage years. But in this episode, from the later years, Bobby Ellis played the lead.
And now, getting back to the troubles of Henry Aldrich. To get even with his sister, who had lost his diary, Henry has hidden an envelope which he believes is hers, and he's gone off on a 3-day camping trip. He's unaware of the fact that the envelope contains an important marriage license. The scene is in the woods. The time is late at night.
Father, where are you?
Right here, Henry.
Where?
On this blanket.
Oh. You think we'll like this place better than the last two places we unpacked in?
There isn't a mosquito anywhere near here. Now lie down and get comfortable.
Gee, I wish our flashlight hadn't dropped in the water.
You don't need a flashlight.
Father, have you any idea where we are?
I know exactly where we are. We're about 1.5 miles from the main line of the Y&R Railroad. Now lie down and go to sleep.
I am.
Hey, this is the life, eh, son?
You think it'll rain?
There isn't a chance.
Gee, what was that?
Just a thunderstorm way over on the other side of the valley. Now close your eyes and go to sleep.
Yes, Father. I wonder why the stars aren't out.
Give them time. They'll come out. Too bad Will Brown and Homer couldn't have come along with us.
Whose wedding did you say it was?
Mr. Warren, the young businessman who just moved to town. I expect to do a lot of business with him.
What's that?
Just some animal. Why don't you just relax, Henry, and enjoy nature?
Sounded to me like a train whistle.
Well, it might have been a train over on the Y&R.
Oh. Listen, Father, don't you think we ought to go some other place?
Now, Henry, there's no sense in trying to go anyplace else. We'll be just as comfortable here as if we were home.
Father, is it raining where you are?
Well, just a little. You better pull your blanket over your head.
That train whistle sounds closer.
Well, of course it sounds closer. It's going to pass within 1.5 miles of it.
Father, the headlight's pointing right at us.
What's that?
Do you feel any ties under you?
How did we get way over here? Come on.
Father, are you sure the front door was locked?
I am. Let's try the back door.
That's what I'm doing. Gee, don't you think we ought to call Mother?
No.
Real softly?
There's no use disturbing your mother. It's nearly midnight.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Father, why couldn't we sleep over at the Browns? When we drove by, the lights were still on.
And the guests are still there, too. We're not walking in on any wedding party looking like this.
Oh.
We're the last people in the world they want to see tonight.
Gee, even the windows are locked. Father, I know what we could do.
What?
Camp out in the garage.
No, Henry, your mother'd never let us hear the last of it. Oh, incidentally, when you see her in the morning, it won't be necessary to mention the fact that we lost a frying pan.
How about your shoe that we lost?
Well, that was an old shoe I bought at least 2 years ago. Hey, wait, I know how we can get in.
Where you going?
The cellar door is unlocked. Follow me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mary?
Wake up, your phone's ringing.
I know it. Hello?
Hello, is this Alice Aldrich?
Yes?
This is Margaret Kilmer next door.
Oh.
I don't want to alarm you in the middle of the night, but when I looked out my bedroom window a moment ago, I saw 2 men prowling around your house.
2 men?
Yes. Are you sure everything is locked?
Well, yes. At least I think everything is.
Well, then I wouldn't worry, dear. They'll probably go away in a few minutes.
Yes, of course.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Oh, no, not at all.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Who was it?
It wasn't anyone, Mary. Just Mrs. Kilmer.
Mrs. Kilmer?
She says not to worry, but there were 2 men outside.
2 men, Mother?
Now, don't be afraid. Every door and window is locked, except perhaps the cellar door.
Didn't we lock that?
Mary, we've got to go down and see whether we did or not.
At this time of night?
Yes, dear. Only let's not turn on any lights.
I won't, Mother.
Wait here in the hall, dear, while I answer the phone.
Who do you suppose it is?
Hello?
Mrs. Aldrich, this is Joe Graham.
Who?
You know, the best man at John Warren's wedding.
Oh, yes.
Do you have any idea as to where Mr. Brown and Homer went?
Yes, up to McCorkle's Rocks to look for Henry and Mr. Aldrich.
Well, they haven't come back yet, and we're getting a bit worried.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe I better take a couple of the guests and go out and try to find them. Well, hope I didn't wake you up.
Oh, no, not at all.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Mother?
Yes, dear?
I just ran down and locked the cellar door.
Oh, you locked it?
I never was so frightened in my life. And I was just in time, Mother. I could hear somebody right outside.
Oh, dear, I'm sure we're perfectly safe. Everything is locked.
What's that?
Now, Mary.
Listen.
Mary, someone's putting a ladder against the side of the house. They're going to climb in one of the windows.
Shouldn't we call the police?
Yes, dear.
I knew all the time Henry shouldn't have left that ladder lying there on the ground.
Wasn't it broken?
I thought it was. I don't see how anybody...
After all that lunacy, the wedding was an anticlimax. Chester Locke and Norris Goff both hailed from Hot Springs, Arkansas. About 1930, the 2 boys showed up to audition at a local radio station, ready to perform in blackface. Thanks to Amos and Andy's popularity, so did everyone else. On the spot, Locke and Goff became Lum and Abner, a couple of hillbillies and owners of the Jot 'em Down country store. Here they are, returning to the store for the fall season.
Granny's, Abner, how can a place that's been closed all summer get so dirty?
Had a pretty good start when we left.
Yeah, we better get busy and clean it up.
Yeah, it sure is a mess, all right.
Yeah, we can't sell this canned goods all covered with dust. We might have a special sale on it and get rid of it.
Who'd want to buy dust?
Nobody.
What do you want to have a sale on it for, then?
I don't want to have a sale on it.
Good. Glad you changed your mind.
Here, we got a lot of work to do. Look at that calendar. It's still got July on it. Tear it off. It's been here ever since we closed up the store.
Yeah, all right. Sure hate to do it. Looky there. It's a picture of that Indian sitting on his horse.
Abner, hurry up.
All right. Huh. For August, they got the Indian getting off of the horse.
Will you please get to November?
Yeah. Well, look at November.
What's the matter with it?
The horse is sitting on the Indian.
Turn it over, silly. You got it upside down.
Oh, what's the matter with me there? November 1949, Indian on top.
1949. You know something, Abner? Me and you've known each other for a long time.
Yeah. I know it seems like a long time.
Yeah, there's nothing like true friendship.
No. Especially if it's with somebody you like.
Seeing a feller day after day.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
Working side by side in complete accord.
Yeah, just like a team of mules.
Never an argument.
Never even a disagreement.
No, sir. Just think of that, Abner. Never an argument or even a disagreement for 40 years.
Oh, Lum, it's been at least 45.
No, Abner, 40.
It's 45.
40.
45.
40. Wait a minute. What difference does it make? The important thing is that me and you've been friends a long time.
Yeah.
And if you say 45 one more time, I'm going to whop you right on top of the head.
All right. Oh, pal.
And don't be sarcastic. Get busy. We got to get this place cleaned up.
45, 45, 45.
What'd you
45,
say?
45. Oh, nothing at all. Just saying it's good to be back working together again.
Oh, yeah.
Just like we always did.
Well, get the broom and sweep out.
That's right, just like we always did. I don't know whether you noticed it or not, but one of us mules does all the sweeping.
Both of us mules can't... Dadgummit, stop calling me a mule.
I never called you a mule. You was the one that...
Wait a minute, Abner. Let's don't get into no argument. Recollect, we've been friends for 40 years.
45.
I said 40.
And I said 45.
I know you did, and you recollect what I said I was going to do to you if you said it one more time.
I don't care 40 or 45, either one. It's the way yonder too many as far as I'm concerned.
And me, too. I'm just as ashamed of it as you are.
You are not.
I am, too, and I don't need no little smart aleck like you to tell me how long we've been such good friends.
Wait. Simmer down. Here comes a customer. We can fight out our friendship some other time.
It's Opie Kate. Yeah, we ain't saw him since last June.
If me and you hadn't been friends for so long, I'd say it was last July.
Yeah, Bounty, he'd be tickled to death to see us.
He's so high-strung. You know how excited he gets.
Yeah, well, howdy, Opie, old pal.
Hello. See there, Lum? I told you he was high-strung.
My Uncle Luke sent me over to get something.
Well, forget it. Tell us about yourself, Opie.
Oh, I better not. You know how mad Uncle Luke gets.
Oh, all right. What did he want?
I forget.
It don't make no difference no way. Tell us what you've been doing all summer.
Yeah, you still working over at Luke's lunchroom?
Well, not regular, and I ain't going to neither till he takes back what he said.
What'd he say?
He said I was fired.
Low-key and countrified, Lum and Abner brought sawdust and cracker barrels right into our living rooms right up to the end of the 1952-53 season on ABC. But enough from the boondocks. Duffy's Tavern, a New York saloon, was the creation and vehicle for Ed Gardner, a Brooklyn actor, promoter, radio writer, and director. He'd done bits on a CBS local show, and in March of 1941, Duffy's Tavern officially opened up on the CBS network. Duffy, the owner, never showed, but his presence was always felt. Among other things, he managed a baseball team.
Archie, what is this I hear about Duffy having a two-headed baseball player?
Yep, two-top Gruskin, a pitcher. What about it?
A two-headed pitcher?
You seem incredible. But you see, we got this ball club down at Duffy's Tavern, the DAAIY.
The D-A-A-I-Y.
Yeah, Duffy's All-American Irish Yankees. So one day, Duffy, who's the manager of the club, says to Dugan, a shortstop, he says, Dugan, we got a great ball club here, but I'm afraid it lacks color. What's the answer? So Dugan says, color, huh? Well, this may not be it, Duffy, but I think I know where I can lay my hands on a pitcher with two heads. So Duffy says, pitcher with two heads, huh? I don't know, Dugan, you think it'd be a novelty? So Dugan says, well, what if it ain't? You can't pass up a guy that can watch first base and third base at the same time.
Archie, now just a second. Do you mean to tell me you've actually seen this two-headed chap yourself?
You doubt my vivacity? I remember the first time he walks into the tavern, all dressed up formal, in a tuxedo by this time, to sign his contract. So everybody in the joint stares at him in amazement. So Two Top turns to the crowd. He says, what are you staring at? None of you guys ever see a tuxedo before? Well, Duffy's the diplomat, see, so he quick covers the embarrassment. He says, waiter, bring a couple of beers for this gentleman. Anyway, Duffy says, look, Two Top, I'm a man of few words. Report tomorrow morning as a uniform and two caps waiting for you in the locker room.
Archie, how did this two-top get along with the rest of the ball players?
Not as well as you'd naturally expect. You see, we got this catcher, Gorilla Hogan, a natural-born catcher. Stands 6 feet, 14 inches high, and he squats standing up.
Well, he sounds like a monstrosity.
Yeah, swell fella. Anyways, the trouble starts right off in the first game. You see, the gorilla signals for a fast curve, so the two-headed guy nods one head yes and shakes the other head no. Well, this is very confusing to the gorilla. Ain't a very bright guy anyway, even for a gorilla. So he throws down his glove and he goes over and he squawks to Duffy. So Duffy says, now, don't get excited, gorilla. Go out there and talk it over with the guy. After all, 3 heads is better than 1. But the gorilla says, nope, Duffy, it's no use. I just got a feeling that the guy ain't quite normal. Besides, I don't trust him. You notice the way he's always got them 2 heads together? First thing you know, you're going to have a strike on your hands. No, Duffy, one of us will have to go, and don't forget who owns the baseball.
Art, what finally happened?
Well, Duffy naturally had to fire Two Top. And it was kind of sad, you know, the way the lumps came up in his throats. And Duffy told him he had to go, but I guess he got over it. The last I heard of him, he was back at his old job watching tennis matches for Pathé News.
Duffy's Tavern, where the elite meet to eat, eventually moved to NBC, and its last sponsor, fittingly, was Blatt's Beer, ideal for a joint like Duffy's, which closed forever in 1951. The actors who played in the movies, Blondie, Blondie Meets the Boss, and the rest, created the radio roles as well for this family sitcom, based on the popular comic strip. Arthur Lake, as Dagwood, was always befuddled but hyper. Penny Singleton, as Blondie, was always organized in her own wacky way. CBS debuted Blondie as a summer show in 1939, when Baby Dumpling was still an only child. Cookie came along shortly, and Dumpling grew into Alexander. Like all other normal American kids, they wanted to go to the circus when it came to town.
Mom, when's Pop going to take us to the circus?
Well, I don't know, Alexander. Your father's been very busy at the office this week.
He promised to take us.
Well, Cookie, why don't you and Alexander use the power of suggestion on your father?
What's the power of suggestion?
Oh, you just hint around about the circus until suddenly your father gets a brilliant idea.
What idea?
To take you to the circus.
Oh, but that's our idea. Yeah.
Well, believe me, children, it'll work a lot better if you let your father think it was his idea.
Well, sounds kind of goofy to me, but we'll do it.
Hey, is breakfast ready yet?
Daddy's coming downstairs now. Now, remember, son, the power of suggestion, but don't be too obvious about it.
Okay, Mom. Oh, boy, I'm starved. Here I come, ready or not.
Oh, Dagwood, you're not dressed. You forgot to put on your trousers.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Here I come, ready or not.
Hi, Pop. Good morning, Daddy.
Oh, hi, kids. What's new, huh?
Sit down, dear. Your breakfast will be ready in a minute.
Okay, Blondie.
Pop,
Yes, Alexander?
we want to try the power of suggestion on you.
You do?
Yes, we suggest you take us to the circus.
Cookie, be quiet. Now, look, kids, be quiet and let your pop read the paper, please.
Here's your breakfast, honey.
Oh, thanks, dear.
Did you see this big ad in the paper, Pop?
Yeah, pass the salt, please, Cookie. Which ad is that, Alexander?
It says Riley Brothers Circus, educational enjoyment for every child.
Yeah, cream and sugar, too, Cookie. Yeah.
Fine tingling thrills for kids from 6 to 60.
Yeah, boy, these eggs are just right, Blondie.
150 death-defying ads.
Yeah.
40 marching elephants.
Yeah.
50 lions and tigers.
Boy, this is good coffee, Blondie.
60 beautiful girls. 60.
What's the matter?
Yeah, I just got a brilliant idea.
What is it, Pop?
Let's all go to the circus tonight.
Gosh, Pop, you're swell.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Alexander. But I don't mind if you say it. Holy smoke, look at the time. I gotta leave right away, Blondie.
Wait, Dagwood. Don't go yet.
Don't go yet? Oh, gee, honey, you sort of hate to see me go out the door, don't you, huh?
Yes, dear. Particularly without your pants on.
Oh, yeah. I gotta hurry. I'll be right down.
We're going to the circus. We're going to the circus. And Pop thought it was all his idea. Gosh, that power of suggestion really works.
Penny Singleton left the show in the mid-40s, but Arthur Lake, with his wife Patricia as Blondie, stuck it out till 1950. As for the children, a whole generation of kid actors grew up in the two roles. Don Amici, part of the Chase and Sanborn Stock Company, and Francis Langford, part of the Bob Hope Stock Company, first played the Bickersons on the Chase and Sanborn Show. NBC gave them their own show in 1946, complete with a band, in a full-fledged situation comedy. John and Blanche quarreled nonstop, and not always with the underlying affection of the Burnses or the McGees. You felt they meant it, especially when John started to snore.
It's like being married to a hot rod. That's enough. John, what's so funny? What is it, John? What are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at, Blanche? What's the matter?
You're giggling like a tickled schoolgirl. What are you dreaming about?
Tickling schoolgirls.
What?
What's the matter, Blanche? What did you wake me up for?
Do you know what time it is?
No.
It's 3:30, and you've been snoring steadily since 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. I didn't go to bed till 11.
No, but you fell asleep at the dinner table tonight, right in the middle of dessert.
Ugh.
I think you deliberately fell asleep to avoid talking to me anyway.
No. I had a very tough day. I'm dead on my feet.
You never talk to me, John. Actually, you haven't said anything since you proposed to me.
I think I said too much then.
You're not the only one who regrets it, you know.
I don't regret it. I'm just sleepy.
I don't need a building to fall on my head. I can tell by your attitude. You're not even pleasant when you're not sleepy.
Are you?
Yes, I am. Generally speaking.
You certainly are.
I am what?
Generally speaking.
You see, you're the one who always starts everything.
I'm sorry.
Sure, it's easy to say you're sorry now.
No, it isn't.
From the first day I met you, I've done nothing but suffer. You've always been a conceited, selfish, inconsiderate, lazy brute.
Then why did you marry me?
I didn't know it then.
You did, too. Everybody knew it.
It amazes me that you can sleep at all with your guilty conscience.
What have I done now?
How could you, John?
How could I what?
How could you forget that it's my birthday next week?
Oh, Blanche, this is really getting silly. You'd better see a psychiatrist.
That kind of talk won't help you, John. You're just trying to make me forget. You forgot to remember not to forget my birthday.
There must be a simpler way of saying that.
You might at least have bought me a present.
I did buy a present. It'll be delivered on your birthday. I'm having your name engraved on it.
What is it?
It's a genuine imitation alligator traveling bag.
Traveling bag. Last year you got me a cosmetic set. And the year before that you got me a set of encyclopedias. It isn't hard to see what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
I'm stupid, I'm ugly, and you want to get rid of me.
Well, I never heard of such a thing in all my life.
Now, it's true, isn't it? I'm stupid, I'm ugly, and you want to get rid of me.
I do not want to get rid of you.
But I'm stupid and ugly.
I didn't say that.
But you think it of me.
I never think of you at all.
Don't yell at me. You're giving me that dreadful pain again.
What pain?
Oh, nothing.
Are you sick again? What pain? What are you talking about?
It's my head. I've had it off and on for the last 3 weeks.
Well, take it off now and go to sleep.
What you care about me. I'm warning you, John Bickerson, I won't touch your cheap old present.
It's a beautiful bag, and it set me back $8.
You know how I've been longing for some new clothes. Why don't you get your $8 back, add a little money to it, and buy me an ermine wrap?
Add a little money to it. Do you know how much an ermine wrap costs?
Mel Shaw bought one for Louise.
What do I care? I can't afford suspenders, so how can I buy you an ermine wrap?
Mel Shaw makes less than you do, and he buys Louise ermine wraps and still manages to dress Natalie.
Natalie who?
You know what I mean. I want an ermine wrap.
You can't have an ermine wrap. You'll take the bag and like it.
Where will I travel with it?
I swear, as soon as I have enough in the bank, I'm going to send you on a trip around the world.
Maybe I don't want to go there.
Go where?
Around the world. Suppose I want to go someplace else. Besides, you'd probably send me on one of those horrid old banana boats with a lot of convicts rowing it. Anything to get me out of your sights.
I'm not sending you on a banana boat.
I can see the boat getting caught in the storm. A wave will wash me into the ocean. I'm going down for the 3rd time, and you're cruising by in your luxury liner.
Blanche!
Why don't you throw me a life belt, John?
Why don't you stop getting hysterical, Blanche? It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I've got to get some sleep.
John? Can I have something else instead of the bag?
If they haven't engraved it yet. What do you want?
I'd like the money instead. I need it for the rent.
The rent? There's $90 in the cookie jar.
No, there isn't.
Here's 2. I looked yesterday.
You didn't look today.
Oh, now, Blanche, don't tell me that...
I didn't spend it foolishly. I bought Christmas cards.
$90 worth of Christmas cards? What kind of insanity is that? I can't afford to throw away $90 on Christmas cards.
Don't scream at me.
I deny myself everything. I cut my own hair. I nailed rubber heels on my socks to save on shoes. My shorts look like lace curtains. And she squanders $90 on Christmas cards.
They're not for my own use. I'm going into business. I bought them for 5 cents a dozen, and I can get a quarter apiece for them.
5 cents a dozen? Let me see those cards.
They're lovely. They all have a pretty design, and I'll sell them like hotcakes. Here, look at this one. Read the poetry on it.
Let me see it. Season's greetings. Christmas comes but once a year, and so let's hoist our cup of cheer. I hope that you'll hear soon from Sandy, Merry Christmas, dearest Andy. Why, that's crummy. Let me see another one.
They're all the same.
All the same? 20,000 cards all for an ant? There aren't that many ants in the world.
I knew you'd pick on me. All I'm trying to do is make a little extra money so I don't have to ask you for it. You keep telling me how poor we are.
Well, you're just making us poor. How could you throw away the rent money on such a stupid investment?
Well, maybe I made a mistake. I'm sorry, John.
Oh, what's the use? Forget it and go to sleep.
Go to sleep, he tells me. I make his life miserable. Throw away his hard-earned money. Keep him awake all hours of the night. Go to sleep, he tells me. I'll never sleep another wink as long as I...
And she complains about my snoring.
The Bickersons were heard for only 2 seasons, but to know them was to love them. Well, almost. But it was easy to love our Miss Brooks, the smart and funny English teacher of Madison High. Eve Arden had played tough babes in numerous B-movies, but as Connie Brooks, she found the part of a lifetime. She was even offered teaching jobs while the show was on the air. In the cast with Miss Brooks was her blustery school principal, Mr. Conklin, her landlady, Mrs. Davis, her heartthrob and fellow teacher, Phil Boynton, and Walter Denton, the student who always had an ulterior motive in driving her to school.
Would you lean over toward my side of the car a little more, please, Miss Brooks?
Why, Walter Denton, what have you in mind?
Oh, it's nothing personal. I just want to get a good look at you in my rear view mirror. Yup, it's just as I thought. You look harassed and bedeviled, but lovely.
Well, thank you, Walter. Sort of. But, Walter, to what do I owe these backhanded gallantries?
Yeah, I was afraid you might take exception to my frankness. But I mean it all for your own good, Miss Brooks. If I have been less voluble concerning your obvious charms in the past, know, too, that I have been less voluble about the human frailties which you, like all mankind, have sometimes fallen heir to. Except, then, my plea for leniency.
I'll grant you a full pardon if you'll tell me what you're talking about. Just what are you trying to wheedle out of me, Walter?
Well, now that you mention it, there is something you can do to help both of us out.
I thought so. What is it?
Oh, it's like this. You, like several of the other teachers, will be assigned to the stockroom during your free period to take inventory and give out supplies.
I see. And what does my good friend Raffles have in mind? We split a carload of pencils and retire?
Oh, no, Miss Brooks. My motives are purely altruistic. I merely want to assist an already overburdened teacher whose heart and spirit are big and willing, but whose mind and body may not long stand the strain put upon it by the forthcoming scholastic hassle.
Now come clean. What's your cut in the projected Madison High School stockroom swindle?
Cut? Oh, Miss Brooks, I'm surprised at you. Surprised and chagrined. Oh, when I think of your sense of integrity, your honesty...
Please, Walter, if you polish this apple anymore, it'll be too slippery to pick up. Now, come to the point, Walter.
Well, whoever helps out in the stockroom gets first choice of the textbooks, right?
Right. And you want to help me so you can get yourself the brand new books, nice and clean, right?
Wrong. I want the old ones with the answers already penciled in. Now, why did I let that slip out? Oh, but you can see it my way, can't you? Sometimes in the impenetrable forest of education, the path is easier seen if someone has cleared the underbrush.
Yes, but you're asking for a free ride on the bulldozer. Don't you think it would be better if you relied on your own work, Walter? After all, with an old book, you could be copying somebody else's mistakes.
Anybody's mistakes are better than mine.
Well, if you put it that way, Walter.
Thanks, Miss Brooks. Well, here we are.
Thanks for the lift, Walter. I'll run along in now.
Ooh, gosh, Miss Brooks, didn't you see that mud puddle?
Of course I did. I just thought it might be fun to go wading.
Can I help you scrape off the mud?
Well, I haven't time now. If I can just sneak by Mr. Conklin's office, I'll clean up when I get to my room.
But suppose you can't sneak by his office.
That, Walter, I refuse to contemplate. Believe me, if Mr. Conklin sees me tripping through the hall on these 2 lumps of mud, my name will be Shoes.
The Our Miss Brooks show was a latecomer. Beginning in 1948, it ran a respectable 9 years and continued successfully onto television. Probably the most popular sitcom of all time was I Love Lucy, which began on the tiny screen in 1951. But in 1952, Lucy and Ricky and Ethel and Fred did a radio show for CBS, with everyone in fine form and ready to keep us laughing and watching for years to come.
Well, after we decided to try and break our lease, Lucy and I spent the whole morning thinking of ways to annoy the Mercers. I had to go to rehearsal at noon, so I left Lucy in charge of Operation Nasty. And I couldn't have left it in more capable hands. What a brain she has. If you ever need any good, clean, dirty work done, I've got just the kit. As you know, the Mercers live directly beneath us. And when I came home, I found Lucy stamping around the room in football shoes, throwing books on the floor, and generally making as much noise as she could.
Just fine. I'll take no rehearsal.
Oh, pretty good, honey.
Look, a riveter's hammer. Watch. I have quite a schedule.
Yes?
Oh, it's time to make another call, Ethel.
Well, let me look a little bit.
Hey, get this.
Yeah?
Hello, this is the Ajax Salvage Company. We buy old glass. I understand you have some rings that you're interested in selling.
Glad I'm on your side.
We'll break that lease yet. Now remember, when you come home tonight, make a lot of noise.
Oh, that reminds me. I won't be home till late tonight, honey.
Why?
Well, we have to rehearse for a couple of hours after the club closes.
Ricky, why don't you have the rehearsal here?
Honey, are you crazy? I got a 16-piece band. I'll blow the roof off the joint.
Well, doesn't look like rain.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Que se va. That's the best number you've done since midnight. What time is it?
4:30.
All right, now let's have a loud one.
A loud one? All right. Listen, I wonder how Fred and Ethel are enjoying it.
Well, they have a lot of courage. I haven't heard a peep out of them.
Oh, boy, this is swell.
Honey, who are all these people? I don't know, but the more the noisier.
Yeah? All right. We'll dedicate the next number to Fred and Ethel Merck.
Hey!
All right. Fred and Ethel Merck?
Yes, our lovely landlord.
They won't hear this. They're still down in the street.
Down in the street?
Yes, I have a big sign that says jam session tonight. Ricky Ricardo in person. And they're selling tickets.
Oh, no!
How do you like that?
I'm going down there and give them a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, they're back in their apartment. It was too cold outside. Oh. They told us the last ticket. Oh, they're back in their apartment, are they? Well, we'll dedicate the next number to Fred and Ethel Mertz. An old Cuban folk dance called El Breco de Liso.
El Breco de Liso?
Yes.
How does this old Cuban folk dance go?
Ta-dum, 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 ta-da-da-da-da.
All right.
Okay, you win. Here's your lease.
Radio paved the way for the TV sitcoms. Leave It to Beaver, Father Knows Best, Mary Tyler Moore, All in the Family, Cheers, and Murphy Brown. We've come a long way since Kingfish conned Andy into wearing 3 pairs of glasses. But what a hilarious picture that was.